Good evening, everyone. My name is Katie Beverly with the Circle City Sound Inspire and Connect podcast series. And tonight I have a very special guest. I'm here with Barbershop Harmony Society CEO, Marty Monson, and we are presently at the Cardinal District and Johnny Appleseed District Joint Spring Convention. So Marty, can you tell me a little bit about yourself and your barbershop story?
You bet. I'm a second generation barbershopper. My dad was a choral director, and in the 70s he was in a quartet and directed a chorus. And so as I was a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, I heard the sound for the first time and I said, you know, I kind of like this thing, and just heard it basically my whole life, and had a calling to come and serve as CEO of the Barbershop Harmony Society 10 years ago.
All right, Marty, what is your favorite story? I know that you travel around to different chapter and district level functions. What is your favorite story from a chapter or district level function?
Well, you know, stories, there's so many awesome stories. I mean, when you think about the Barbershop Harmony Society and people that have been part of this organization, they don't dabble for a couple of years. Some do, but you know, the great stories are those that have been around for 20, 30, 40, 50, 70 years. We have here at the convention 2 guys that I've met that have been here 71 years. 71 years singing barbershop. And you know, the story probably is, one of the guys actually is just a refresher story that he told me years ago, and that he was at our very first convention in 1939. He was a young guy, and he came with his dad, and just to have that history and that reference, and then hearing so many different barbershop groups, quartets, and hearing the journey. You know, so you have that, you know, as a reference, and then other stories of just people, how the organization has helped them get through tough times, and it was their place to come and find joy, find happiness, kind of some solitude from the challenges of life to get recharged. And we have hundreds of those stories. It's not just a unique story, but those kind of stories where people gravitate as a community, as a family. It's not just a hobby here. It's something that we do because we care deeply about the people and the music at the same time.
So Marty, we are the Greater Indianapolis chapter, and we hosted you at our recent installation, Barbershopper of the Year and Hall of Fame banquet. We had a ton of fun with that. Marty, can you tell us one thing you still remember from that night that was just super cool?
There were tons of things. It's really hard to knock it down to one, but the one probably is the Year Hall of Fame, and the awestruck of the detail that you went to keep that surprise, one, for these Hall of Fame members, but then you went the extra mile and you told these family members about this award or this recognition. And they surprised the inductees. They came out behind doors and all of a sudden showed up for these 2 inductees. And I thought, wow. I mean, we're just a little barbershop organization, but to have that kind of support and family and friends that came to support that induction into a well-established chapter in Hall of Fame, to me, that just warmed my heart of just saying it's more than just the individual getting the recognition, but the family support system and the chapter, the guys and the gals that support. That was so special and unique that I will take that with me, and I'm going to tell other people to do it because I think it was awesome.
Yeah, Marty, something I wanted to share on this show a little bit is that tradition actually began in January of 1972 with the family of Gene Newcomb, who unfortunately we lost a couple years back. And that was continued, that's been continued. It's a generational tradition that we have had at Indianapolis. Of course, a generational tradition that lasts from long before when I was born.
Right. That's awesome.
Another question we had, one thing that we always talk about in barbershop, and I hear you talk about this quite a bit, is how we want to engage our singing community. Can you tell me what engaging our singing communities really means?
Well, you know, there's layers of singing community. You have the singers that get together as a chorus or a quartet, but primarily as a chorus like Circle City Sound. And that's a community. It's a family. It's an extended family. And so that's a singing community. But then you have the families of all those folks. So that's an extended singing community, right? The extended reach of a family. And then you have, because we're in the entertainment business and the service business, but primarily entertainment, we sell tickets, we do shows, we entertain people. We go do gigs locally, and we put annual shows together and concerts where we sell tickets. And so we get people who come in and experience the joy of a great night of entertainment or afternoon of entertainment. And so the impact goes beyond just the performers, and it goes into the families and into those that come and watch and get entertained, to put a smile on one's face maybe for a little bit. So that singing community, they're all experiencing the joy and happiness, I guess, is really at the net, which is what is at our core of what we do so well for many, many years. 85 years coming up in a couple weeks for the broader Barbershop Harmony Society.
All right, Marty, I want to expand this out and talk about Cardinal District a little bit. I also might be a little biased there, but we are hosting the International Convention in Louisville 2023. So what are you most looking forward to in Louisville?
Well, the first and foremost is just you get 5,000 people gathering that love barbershop like we do. We're just a bunch of geeks, and fun and having a lot of great time. But the Cardinal District hosting and sponsoring the 6-day event in Louisville is just a lot of fun. Probably this year that's unique, coming out of pandemic, is we're going to have the biggest true international. We have at least 10 different choruses and quartets, and probably closer to 15 when it's all said and done, coming from different countries. And that will be the most true international participation outside the United States and Canada that will be joining us in Louisville for 6 great days of fun and joy and singing and harmony and serving the Louisville community for a few days. So I'm looking so forward to that and seeing the world of barbershop coming together for a few days.
All right, Marty, thank you so much for answering that particular question about our upcoming international. To add to our international, I would like to encourage everyone who's watching this video to please consider volunteering to help host the convention and to attend the convention. It's certainly going to be a wonderful time. We have one last question, and it may be the most challenging question, but what are you most excited about in the future of the Barbershop Harmony Society?
I'm most excited that the joy of what we've been doing for 85 years is certainly had challenges and all that, but we're still here. A lot of great people have ensured that the legacy and the impact that this organization can continue on for decades to come. And my excitement is that there are a lot of great people, but yet there's still even more people that don't even know what the barbershop style of harmony is even about. So we have a lot of work to do, which gives me a lot of excitement and joy to go out and educate and bring more awareness of a great American style of music and arranging that can bring a lot of joy and happiness to a lot more people.
All right, thank you so much, Marty. And a few extra notes I would like to add onto this episode. First of all, if any of this inspired you to want to join Barbershop or Circle City Sound, we would gladly have you, and we encourage you to check us out. And then secondly, if you feel moved by the stories you heard today, please consider donating to Circle City Sound through our fundraiser page set up through the Barbershop Harmony Society so that we can continue our impactful work. Thank you so much and have a wonderful evening.